How many of you have had an empanada? As a little girl, I have always loved the delicious, savory taste of an empanada. My mother and I would wake up early mornings and make some together. Filled with just about anything you can think of, empanadas are one of my favorite treats. In the next 5 minutes, I will take you on a journey into the history of an empanada. You will learn what an empanada is, the different types, and how to make one for your own. Let's begin by understanding what an empanada is. According to FoodNetwork.com, an empanada is a stuffed bread or pastry baked or fried in many countries in Latin America. The empanada has fascinating cultural history. It was originally discovered in Spain as a pastry, but now they are famous all around the world, like Cuba, Argentina, and even Indonesia. Now that we know where they come from, let's explore the different types of empanadas. There are several kinds of empanadas. There are the pastry, savory ones, and the meaty ones. In the savory pastry ones, they are either topped or drizzled with syrup or sugar, and sometimes they're filled with all kinds of fruits, like strawberries, blueberries, and sometimes even bananas. And in the savory meaty ones, they're filled with just about anything you could think about. Beef, chicken, pork, and sometimes they even put vegetables in it. For instance, in Cuba, they are filled with beef, potato, and peas. And then in Argentina, they're filled with egg, potatoes, and chicken, and sometimes even pork. In Indonesia, they're filled with egg, garlic, potato, rice, and corn. However, it is not very difficult to make an empanada. Let's say you wanted to make a beef empanada. With a few ingredients, some easy steps, and a few helpful hands, you will be able to have a tasty batch of empanadas in no time. Let's begin by figuring out what ingredients you will need. In this case, like you're going to make a beef empanada, you're going to need some ground beef, flour, butter, eggs, and a little bit of water. Then, your next step is to make your dough. You're going to go ahead and grab a big bowl and pour your flour, your egg, and add water little by little and stir it all together until your dough is nice and squishy, and then you're going to keep pouring a little bit of water until it's nice and firm. Once it's firm, you're going to lay your dough out and roll it out so there's no air bubbles, and then you're going to go ahead and make little circles almost like tortillas. And once you have your tortilla, it's time to make your filling. For like it's going to be beef, you're going to want to pre-make your beef before adding it to your empanada. So then once your beef is made, you're going to grab a spoonful of beef and then put it right in the middle of your tortilla. Then once it's in the middle of your tortilla, you're going to grab the other half of your tortilla and fold it straight down the middle. Then once it's folded straight down the middle, you want to go ahead and make sure that all the ends around it are nice and tight and pressed down, and the beef is nice and secured and covered. Then you're going to go ahead and add some water on the side so they stick when you fry. And then you're going to go ahead and grab a fork and you're going to go ahead and make that nice and beautiful little crease that an empanada has. Then your next step is to go ahead and fry it. You're going to grab some oil and then you're going to put your empanada carefully and then you're going to fry both sides until they're golden brown. And then you have a batch of empanadas. Now that we have covered the basic instructions of making an empanada and I've learned a little background history, doesn't it just make you want some? So why not?